Hello and welcome to Todd Miller TV. I'm joined today with by Oana, and so what I wanted to talk about and kind of get your opinion on is people always talk about timing in real estate, and what they typically mean is this buy low and sell high philosophies. They always want to know like when it's a good time to buy, and usually those are like long stretches of time where like there's years when it's good to buy or years when it's good to sell. But there is actually another type of timing in real estate during the year where there's an opportunity. So tell us about that.
You know, there are several opportunities. Think of the real estate market as a financial market. Companies, which in our case for bank-owned properties are banks, have different financial cycles. So for example, they work on quarterly basis, they work on a fiscal year basis, and they work on an annual basis. So this time of year, for example, it's December, and it's the end of the year and the end of the quarter, so a lot of them have a lot of financial goals that they need to meet by the end of this month. So there are a lot of opportunities in December in particular for buyers to purchase homes generally a little bit less than they could normally because these banks are trying to meet these financial goals. One of these examples is, for example, we've had a lot of price reductions in the month of December. We've also seen banks accept offers that are significantly lower than traditionally they would have accepted for those buyers that can close before the end of December. So buyers who are out looking in December have a lot of advantages. They're working with the financial pressures of the seller on their side, and they're also working actually with less competition. Let's face it, it's December, we're all kind of relaxed from Thanksgiving, or we're focused on the Christmas holidays and that sort of thing, so there are actually less buyers on the market. So that means less competition, and that means that you have an opportunity to get a better deal on a house. So end of the year is a good opportunity, end of the quarter is a good opportunity, and end of the fiscal year for that bank is a good opportunity. Those are times that a buyer can watch and can time their offers because you've got better chances of getting a better deal. Now in a hot market, that end of the quarter and that sort of thing, that matters a little bit less. But in a kind of sluggish market, which is what we're having right now in Las Vegas, that makes a bigger difference.
Okay, so so it's December, and it's a couple days after Christmas, and like there were no showings this weekend. So
Absolutely
somebody
not.
who wants to like pick off that newest hot house that just hit the market, this week is the time to do it, because right after New Year's is when all the buyers are going to come back and all the offers are going to come in. So there's an opportunity there to get something. Well, let's say somebody's watching this video and it's February 15th. What opportunity do they potentially have? You know, what can they look forward to? Because they're not going to say, well, so I have to wait till next Christmas to kind of wait for. Well, so what's the opportunity?
Okay, so February 15th, you've got a couple opportunities. You've got the opportunity that you've got end of the first quarter coming up.
Okay.
So if you can close before the end of the first quarter, now you've got an opportunity there, and banks are going to be willing to do some deals. You have an opportunity that, you know, depending on what the market's doing, it may still be sluggish due to taxes and that sort of thing, so there may be less buyers on the market. So that may be another opportunity to go ahead and participate in the market with less competition.
Okay. How does somebody know what banks, when their annual fiscal year ends? Because all banks don't fiscal year December 31st. Some banks go March 31st or June 30th or whatever.
Right.
How do they know?
That's a good question, and all of that would be public information. They just need to go visit the bank's website and look under their corporate filings and their financials, and they'll be able to find that on there. Because they do have to file, they are publicly traded companies, so they do have to disclose all that information.
Good.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's the update for today, when to buy and how to time that. If you want to stay in tune and kind of see when videos come out, or if you got a question, you just go to Twitter. My handle is @LasVegasTodd. You can follow me on Twitter and get all the updates as they happen live. That's my episode for today, and thank you for tuning in.